Okay, well, we have some gaming news and shit to cover today. Now, first thing I wanted to start with was an amazing game I just heard about yesterday. And isn't that the weirdest thing ever? How we're so inundated with so much amazing entertainment, a lot of shitty shit too, that you just sometimes just randomly hear about something that you're moderately interested in. And this is like coins itself, I believe, as like an anime G, uh, GTA type thing. So let's have a look here, and you'll get my commentary. Now it looks very, very like, so to speak, like free to play game that you get on Steam. I've seen many with this art style. It's like a mix of like anime and realistic graphics. And if it's penning itself as a GTA but anime, it's gonna sell gold busters. It looks amazing, and I'm like, I fucking want to get this. But there's so many unanswered questions. I mean, look at the map. The map looks exactly like GTA. It's the same situation that we've seen with other games. Is it's just like Pal World and whatchamacallit, the one I really liked, Inzoi. It's just like it's done a Western game type, but done really well by Asian developers. It's something we've seen multiple times. And holy shit, it does look good. Let me look at the combat. Combat looks sweet. It looks kind of like uh, Sleeping Dogs combat. Looks amazing. So yeah, the question is, when does it come out? When is it in? Uh, it's like kind of in the future too. And this is the point I wanted to get across: is that like GTA is great. No denying GTA is great, but the setting is depressing to say the fucking least at the most of the times. This is like more upbeat and neat and fantastical a little bit. So this is more of the kind of thing I would want to see. So I hope it's a big dynamic open world. It's kind of looking like it. Obviously there's combat and robots and weirdness, but for the most part, this is looking like something that is very good. And as long as they just keep up with whatever this is, it looks amazing. What's it called? ANANTA. I just found it. But look at, even the wheel is GTA. So they're clearly penning this as like GTA, but this is an example of how now with today's technology that all these developers can just from some random place in somewhere in China can just come out with a game that's like, ha, GTA doesn't have trademark over open world. They can't trademark an open world action adventure world. It looks fucking fantastic. Like, it looks. I want to play this fucking now. When does it come out? Let's go type of game. I love the anime setting. I love like the Tokyo lights. This is all very very good. So there's so many unanswered questions, but look at this. This is like, it has the same thing. So is Rockstar gonna fucking attempt to be like, we have a trademark over, the overhead looking things? Such stupid stuff like that. Maybe they're just poking the bear to see what they could get away with. But like open world game with cars and a working metropolis society open world thing that Rockstar can't. Oh, and it's got all the gooning material that gooners out there would love. I'm certain of it. But it looks so good. I'm excited. This is the exciting part of the future of gaming, is that anybody now has the tools that they form a little studio like Hello Games, No Man's Sky, and this game, and in Zoe or whatever, and it just there's now great ideas just popping out of the woodwork, and we don't have to rely on Ubisoft or Rockstar to be the only ones to make some of this good stuff. The big one to always nail that games have a really hard time nailing is car physics. Rockstar and GTA game always held a monopoly on cars, and driving and just of living open world. But jeez, look at this. You imagine all the gooners going fucking nuts over this shit. That looks beautiful. You know, if this is a massive giant world that I can explore and do all this stuff, I want it. I want it fucking now. I want it now. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, let me have it. And it's like cyber, techie, future, utopia. You know, I just love it. I love this atmosphere. So let's finish watching this. It's too much. That's what it is. It's too much of an overload. It's like, you know, unless they miraculously screw whatever this is up and it's completely a farce what we've seen in this trailer, there's no way this game isn't getting like, you know, 500K on launch, you know, massive numbers, you know, ultra successful studio. Look at there's even physics and stuff in the boxes. Amazing. Truly amazing. I want it now. But let's see, when does it come out? Here, let's just look at September 22nd. PC Blue. Around early 2026, people are saying. ANANTA. Late 2025, early 2026. Beta periods, you know, Japan. Asian developers are good at this. They're good at taking something that is like a tried and true. Now there was controversy that this was some type of copyrighted system, and it's like they can't do that. You cannot. I know they're trying, but they just keep trying to make these like you know copyrighted systems, so to speak, and it's such bullshit. It looks so fun. So yeah, this is amazing game. It looks incredible. You know, release date late 2025, early 2026, coming soon for a game that I just found out about scrolling Twitter yesterday. Pretty fucking amazing, I must say. So we'll just have to see. There's more material coming out. There's tons of unanswered questions. You know, obviously it's anime inspired GTA thing. So is Rockstar gonna make a stink about this? About there's very obvious GTA mechanics, but I don't think. And it's good that they keep doing this, like what they did with Inzoi, is they just like you just keep pushing the bear because and Pal World is because like these companies can't get a monopoly on just their look of GTA. I must admit, this is pushing it a bit with the outside view thing because this is clearly inspired by GTA, but you know, maybe they're protected. But this is the point I wanted to make is that this setting looks incredible. It's amazing setting. It's awesome looking because I love GTA, but there's something about the, you know, US wastelands, you know, of you know, America, you know, nothing against my American brothers and sisters out there because, you know, I love America and all it has to offer, but, you know, ghetto, crime culture, yo-yo gangster shit, it just doesn't fucking do it for me. It's not a fun of a lovely setting as you know Tokyo anime. You know everybody's happy, and like there's cyber future and everything's bright and colorful. GTA 6 will be amazing, of course, but you know like I can only spend so long in fucking dilapidated Miami, Florida. You know what I mean? So would love to explore GTA, but there's something about the atmosphere of GTA games. You know, one of my personal favorites was the New York of GTA 4, just because it's very, you know, brilliant in that. Whereas GTA 5 was like just, it's just like fucking hoods and ghettos and rich people everywhere. It's a depressing fucking setting. You know what I mean? It's like it's not as wondrous as that anime. So this game, Anata, ANANTA looks incredible, and I cannot wait to fucking play it. Let's fucking go. That's my statement there. Because yeah, GTA, for how great it is, there's something about the capitalistic nightmare of America that is just like I can only get take so much of it before I'm like, like drugs and like horrible shit and nasty people that are just trying to scam. It's like hoods and ghettos and yo-yo culture. I just uh, sometimes on a Saturday morning, that's just not where you want to spend your time. You know what I mean? So yeah, this game looks amazing. Cannot wait for it. It's incredible what they've shown already. So as long as this is not just like a prototype build that they've got this small little section of a city that you can play in and most of it's cordoned off and this is big giant, let's think best case scenario, big open world, infinite shit to do. 10 out of 10. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Cannot wait for this game. Looks truly ridiculously awesome. Now, another trailer dropped today that I have mixed feelings about. Because this is the game that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved in. And we've known this for a long time. This game has been in development hell. And I thought, theoretically, I thought I heard it was even canceled. But they came out with this trailer and it's setting the internet ablaze. And when I watched this, I was like, oh yeah, this looks cool. Super gory Wolverine game. Surprisingly, that Baby Inc. would work on a game that centers around a powerful white dude. But at the same time, there's something about this that is like, you got to be like, this is too good to be true. And it's really weird how the enemies are like these cyberpunk wokies. It's like there's something about their choice of what the way people look. So yeah, so look, there's cyberpunk wokies with hair and look at that. Look at that lady. Like why do they have to look like that? Why can't they just be soldier dudes? Yeah, I'm no expert in the Wolverine franchise, so I realistically do not know what the fuck to expect the characters and this, that, and the other thing. So, we'll see. We'll see. This doesn't look overly like a lot of gameplay per se. This looks more like just a, a trailer, you know what I mean? This is just a trailer for a game that is theoretically coming out here in the next little while. All these are not scripted sequences, but the fanfare for it appears to be pretty good. I imagine if you're a PlayStation fanboy of Marvel, this would be right up your alley. Omega Red looks incredible. It doesn't look bad. That's what I'm saying. As I'm saying, it doesn't look bad, but what we know of it, when does it say it's coming out? Marvel release date. Fall 2026, so we're a year out of this. They might even still cancel it, but given the hype that we've seen for it, it's probably coming out. So you have things like, are those kill moves, are you able to actually ride this bike, or is this just a scripted sequence? Clearly this looks like the combat, so to speak, but there's no UI or anything. It may be a game that's just, very linear and very here you go, Wolverine story, bro, type material, which it's not overly terrible looking. And like I said, it centers around just like a iconic white dude from Marvel's history. So, the Sweet Baby Inks that worked on this are probably all biting their tongue like, let's make him a little bit Arabic, or let's make him a little bit you know, have his question his sexuality, but there's clearly something going on with these cyborgs that he's fighting. They look woke to absolute shit. Where's that one? So, I mean, this is a game maybe that they were finally like, hey, look, we can work on these games. You can make trans characters and stuff and that, but let's not make it too obvious. Something I've been saying forever with these games is that they just like, you can't they know that they can't just make an all-out woke Concord anymore. That they have to, and that means we're winning. That means that whatever this stink the gamers have done is has worked on the general things. But if they want to be sure diversity for the cyborg ninjas you're fighting, sure, fine, whatever. Have your cake. But there's people that are pretty hyped about this, and in a laundry list of very terrible Marvel games and movies out there, this is certainly not the worst entertainment out there. Especially because it centers around Logan Wolverine, possibly one of the coolest Marvel characters ever. Certainly, in some capacity there. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Now, speaking of bad, let's talk about bad. Alien Earth has concluded. I've watched the whole series with my family. We had some laughs. I'm not gonna lie, we had some fucking laughs. Alien Earth, worst finale ever. Yeah, no. Angry Joe shilled for this show when it first came out, and I kind of share that with him. At first, this started off like a very okay-ish cinema. But what it devolved into, and my stance on Alien Earth, is that Alien Earth is so bad it's good territory. It's fucking terrible, especially near the end. And its stories and even the xenomorph seems like a pussy somehow. These guys are shooting it with pulse rifles, and they can't even kill one fucking xeno. So I mean, either the xeno is an idiot or the people are the idiots, or they're all just fucking idiots. Like this show, how you have to watch Alien Earth is you have to squint and pretend it's a fucking parody. Because when you do that, it's really fucking good. It's hilariously good when you do that. Especially this dude with the white hair. He's just so ridiculous. And all the idiots that, are a part of this it's just so funny. It's so funny. The finale was terrible. Okay, the finale was terrible. I don't even care about spoiling it. Like it doesn't even end with the Wendy's controlling the fucking Xeno, and she's like, "We want to take over the Earth," and it's like, when did this shit ever happen? In the like if all this shit occurred in the mythos of aliens, it's like Earth knows all about the Xeno. There's been a Xeno running around on Earth the whole fucking time in the jungles, and it's just like these people can't help themselves but just butcher excellent franchises. And if you even think that this is even on the same territory level of, and you see how they clip these trailers, because in the trailer they make it look a lot different than the show actually pans out being. You don't get a lot of the Xeno stalking in the jungles. You don't get the facility being overrun with the Xeno. The Xeno is like a side fucking character in this shit. He literally is like a side fucking character in this shit. It's it's terrible. And I laughed out loud so many times watching this fucking series. I was just like, oh my God. The cringe dialogue, Boy Cavalier being such a wanker, the fucking. It was so dumb. And man, people just don't get what good shit is. Like when you go back and watch Alien 1, 2, and 3, I think Alien 3 is way better and fits way better into the Alien series. Feels like it's a part of Aliens. This doesn't feel like Aliens. You know what this feels like? This feels like you gave a bunch of fucking Gen Z fucking theater students the alien license, said go off, make something aliens. They don't understand it. They don't know what makes Alien cool. They want to tell their own little stories about transhumanism and all these weird bug creatures and ooh, look at how gross it is. They just do not get what makes Alien cool. And maybe in many parts of this series, they just literally rip from the older stuff, and it's like, hey, look, you like aliens, right? Remember the eggs? Here's the eggs. They just don't care. And so many of these actors were just completely and utterly stupid. like there's no other way to describe how stupid some of these characters are. They just are like, hey, look at me, I'm Wendy, I can control things with my mind. And it's like, we fucking hate you, Wendy. Like, you're such a dumb bitch and just utterly unlikable. So that's Alien Earth. In conclusion, for me, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 strictly because it is fucking hilarious, okay? Me and my bro were laughing our asses off at this shit. It is so fucking stupid. Some of the decisions characters make, some of the things that people do, some of the ways they are, it just is hilariously stupid. And you literally cannot put this. This is the same as Star Wars. Okay, so this is how I do these things. Okay, this is how I deal with these types of new people just fucking with all these franchises I like Rings of Power and Disney Star Wars, like shows like The Acolyte and shit, is that they're both separate in my mind. You have the Lord of the Rings trilogy, you have the Hobbit trilogy. These are separate entities from the Rings of Power. It's the same as Aliens. You have the first three films. Yeah, Resurrection had its uh, you know bad parts, but I thought it was a good series. And then you have like Prometheus and Covenant. Prometheus was pretty good. Covenant was kind of eh. And then you have this, and it's like you keep these separate entities separate because they're not like the same. Like they don't feel like they're a part of the same universe. They don't feel authentic to what the original creators had in mind. And yeah, maybe Ridley Scott worked on this. Maybe George Lucas maybe sent a couple texts or had a little consultation on new Star Wars. And yeah, maybe fucking Peter Jackson talked to the Rings of Power people a couple times, but it just isn't taken under the same reins as these iconic and legendary older films and movies and shit. So yeah, that's my theory on that's my thing on Alien Earth. It's just goofy. It's just so silly, and people, you see that people have kind of forgot what you know. People have forgot how good these are. This series looks amazing. It's not amazing, man. Go and watch the older things. We have this whole new demographic of people that they will just accept whatever shit entertainment comes out. It's like the Disney shows. It's just like new stupid Marvel movie with fucking dumb person. Sure, that's great. Like they have to cope with the fact that we just don't get as quality entertainment anymore as to what it will be. So yeah, like in conclusion, these three topics, Wolverine looks, fine, I guess. There's some questionable elements, and we do know that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on this, so that's pretty meh. Um, we have this that looks fucking incredible. This ANANTA. I cannot believe how good this game looks. But there's lots of unanswered questions, and we got to play it to know what it's like because yeah, there's a lot still that we have to learn about this project of let's make an anime GTA with tons of elements from different games. It's a great idea, but I'm worried that Rockstar comes for these things the same way Pal World gave us. Is it like this is a better idea for me than Pal World because for Pal World, authentic Pokemon just feels authentic, whereas for GTA, you can really adapt that idea of a really quality open world deep, in-depth story in better ways. Pokemon just feels like Pokemon, and if it tries to be Pokemon but it's not Pokemon, it fails there. But with these kinds of things, GTA but not GTA, you can get a little bit more leeway. It's pretty good. It's quality. So yeah, looking forward to this fucking game. Cannot wait.